Welcome and thank you very much for joining us in this interview question. Here, I would like you to know that before you go for an interview, ensure that you can answer at least 80% of the questions I'm about to show you. You can download this video, give it to your brother, your sister, your friend. Let them throw the question to you, then you try to the best of your own ability to attend to them, okay? What are the classes of fire and what type of fire extinguisher are used for them? Class A, ordinary combustible material, which are the solid materials. Class B, flammable liquids. Class C, flammable gas. Class D, combustible metal. And Class F, flammable kitchen liquids. You can see I tried as much as possible to put the fire extinguisher and their color coding, how you are going to identify them there. You see, for Class A, the best type of fire extinguisher to use is water DCP. DCP means dry chemical powder. And foam extinguisher, CO2 means carbon dioxide and halon. This is a new type of fire extinguisher that is being used by the fire service. You might not find it everywhere, but when you go to malls, uh, bigger organizations where they store lots of fires, they put kind of halon there also because it's very nice. Class B, you have the flammable liquid like your petrol, diesel, alcohol, and so on and so forth. You can see the type of fire extinguisher, CO2, foam, and DCP. Class C, natural gas, petroleum, butane, hydrogen, acetylene, or propane, as you call it. And the best fire extinguisher is DCP. FM200 is a new type of fire extinguisher as well. Halon, as I told you before, and carbon dioxide. And class D, the magnesium, potassium, zinc, aluminium, calcium, sodium, titanium. Type of fire extinguisher that is best to put them out is the dry chemical powder. Okay. And the class F, which is mostly used in the kitchen, wet chemical. This wet chemical is good for extinguishing fire in the kitchen, dry chemical. And this oatmeal also, it's a very good fire extinguisher. And a process called saponification. This is a process whereby after opening it, it creates a foam and remove one of the elements of fire from it. If you want to know more, you can search online on Google, because if I say I should go into details, it's going to be taking more of our time. Next question would be, what is risk assessment? You should surely know the 5 steps of risk assessment, because this is used to describe the overall process of method in identifying risk factors, the potential harm it would cause, the way we eliminate the hazard, and how we control the risk when hazard cannot be eliminated completely. Step 1 is to identify the hazard. What exactly is the problem? Step 2, identify who might be harmed and how. Maybe member of the public, people who are passing by the workplace, or only workers at site, or workers working at site. You evaluate the risk and decide on precaution. What kind of risk are they going to face? Is it electrocution? Is it slip, trip, and fall? Is it entanglement with moving machine parts? Or where they are working, there's hacking of electricity, meaning electricity jumping through here. I decide on precautions. Maybe you are going to put an emergency button to stop the work, barricades, signages, and so on and so forth. Record your findings and implement them. When you find, okay, these are the things that the problems that will be facing on site, and you already prepare a precaution, then you have to plan how to implement them, how you are going to put a supervisor to ensure no one is violating the rules and regulation or the plans that are used to do this. Then you review your risk assessment and update if necessary. It's not even necessary. When necessary. Anything you find, any near miss, any report, accident, incident, you have to take notes so that when next you are trying to do that same task, you already understand where the problem is going to come up, likely problems to be faced on site. The next question, that usually is always answered is the hierarchy of control. You see, when you are taking your exam, when you are doing anything, you have to know this at the back of your brain. The hierarchy of control, the elimination method, the substitution method, the engineering control, the administrative control, and the PPE. You see, the engineering control is what they use in reducing risk. You know, like isolating hazard. Isolating hazard means you put hard barrication so people don't come through. Like if you are walking on the highway, you will see guys walking on bridges and so on and so forth. What they do is they put hard barrication to fend themselves from moving vehicles on the road. You know, things like that, but we don't want to go into details. In some of our upcoming videos, we are going to explain more about the hierarchy of control, explain more about the risk assessment. Then administrative control. Administrative control goes with the risk assessment report, incident report, accident report, task analysis, job safety analysis, permits to work, and so on and so forth. You see, all these are used to control the risk. It's not that they are going to eliminate the risk themselves, but they are going to give steps and ways to eliminate. Then people can work and act based on that administrative control. Then personal protective equipment. This as well, when hazard cannot be eliminated completely and the residual risk are still remaining, we have to protect ourselves as well. You see, like for this past year, the COVID-19, the 2020, you can see most of the medical team are always putting on asthma suits. They put on the nose mask. After putting the normal nose mask, they still put on the thicker one to ensure that no kind of ailment or cough or any saliva line in the hair go through their digestive system or through their immune system. And you can see also the nose mask varies for people working in the mining industry. They have different type of nose mask with filter. You see, yeah, for people, you know, there are lots of nose masks for different kind of jobs. So you have to understand this. The kind of organization you are joining should be the kind of example of nose mask, respiratory protective equipment, or the personal protective equipment you are going to be giving example about. Okay.